Welcome in, everybody. It is Main Street Today time. And y'all, today, this is like, some days, Minnie Pearl once told me, she said, sometimes you just got to do one for you. This one's just for me. I got some of my favorite people on and literally internet sensations. We're going to go to Hendersonville to initial this.
Devin, hey, darling.
Julie Gammon Wyatt. If you guys don't know Julie, she does the coolest thing every Thursday night. How are you, Julie?
Honey, I'm so good. Too good.
That accent is priceless. You couldn't buy it, and it has engaged you with the whole world through the internet. When you started doing these internet shopping shows for Initial This, did you realize that it was going to take off like it did?
No, I mean, truly had no clue. But we closed our store, I guess it would have been March 23rd last year. So we're coming upon a year, and we were closed for 7 weeks. And many people, we've been open 12 years, and many people had reached out and just kept saying, you need to be doing live videos. And I kept saying, honey, ain't nobody won't be watching this mess. But when we were closed, I had to revamp and redo and everything. And we started April 23rd last year. So we're coming almost of a year, and it is crazy. I mean, it's so good. I mean, it has blown up. People have just reached out, and it's great. It's awesome.
It's wonderful. So very cool. Come on now. There it is. Sip and Shop, 7 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram. You got 2 phones going at one time, just inviting people to be part of it, and they do. They join you from all over the country.
Yeah, we've got New York, North Carolina, South Carolina, the Carolinas, Louisiana. We got some little Baton Rouge, Texas, because everything's bigger in Texas. We've got all kinds of states, Georgia, Florida, that we're shipping to weekly, and we're so blessed. Oh, golly. It's good. It's good stuff.
Well, I just love, and first, I'm a candle freak, and this looks like it'd make me hungry.
Now, honey, let me tell you, it's the craziest thing. So we've sold that line for the 12 years that we've been open. And pumpkin vanilla, you would think that would typically sell only in the fall. That is by far the number one selling candle that we carry and the number one selling scent. We sell that pretty much 10-to-1 to every candle combined. It's fantastic. I'm going to ship you one, honey. It's luscious.
It is just incredible. It's just incredible. And I love because you do not ignore that there are regular sized people in the world, and you put things up, and there's a variety of sizes, and everything feels like it looks like it would feel so comfortable. You like soft and comfortable. And if we have learned about soft and comfortable this year, that's like the word, right?
It's the truth. It's so true. But, before I ever had a store, I remember you would go in stores, and some stores would only carry up to larges. They wouldn't even catch the extra large, much less extended sizes. But anyways, I've learned the curvier sizes, those people are looking, they have less of a market to purchase, and they're looking to buy, and they will buy. And so we carry up to 3XL, and not even just 3XL. A lot of our a lot of way the market is now is a lot of people wear like oversized garments. So we can catch even 4X garments, 4X size, it's fantastic. But we carry small to 3XL, and we have a large range of customers of ages and sizes here that shop with us at the store.
There's something that you've had to restock over and over and over. If we've not learned about this particular product, now tell everybody about this.
Honey, now let me tell you. So a lot of people are working from home now, and so they need a cup that's going to keep their coffee warm and their Cokes cold. And Swig is a line, we've probably carried this line, I don't know. The mask has taken away my memory. But I'm so thankful for an excuse now. I can't just say it's me. But anyways, we've carried that line, I don't know, it could be 8 years now, and it's a fantastic line. It's great for males and females, and well as young adults, young kids and stuff for school.
Yeah, the gift market, you're a gift store. Now, where did the Initial This name come from?
Well, that's unique. So I knew I wanted to do personalization. So we opened over 12 years ago. So I knew I wanted to do some sort of personalization. And I mean, truly, to be honest, I had a list of probably 25 names, and me and my sisters and sister-in-law and best friends got together, and I had a list of 25 names, and everybody could pick their top 3, and initial this was on every list. It was selected on every list. And so that is not my doing. That was through a bunch of people, loved ones that helped me pick that name.
But here's the cool thing is you listened.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people will ask and they go, well, I don't like that one. I'm going to pick the one I like. And it doesn't work as well. You know what? You went to your people. That's the way that you do everything. I love when you say people's names. If you do not know about social media, you can study what Julie does, because the engagement, I think we're so disconnected, and I hate to use the word lonely.
Yeah.
But you've become this friend on Thursday night that everybody can have fun with.
Yeah. You know, it's so weird. I never knew it would grow to what it is, but there's so many people who I've learned, especially because we did start it when COVID happened, but it's going to go, COVID's going to be gone soon, and we're going to be rocking this world. But this is not stopping. Sip and Shop is here to stay. And we have many things we're trying to do to grow it. And we got a lot of things coming down the pipe, which I'm so excited about. But anyways, I've met so many people who are totally different than us, but they're going through things, and so many wonderful situations, very sad situations. But these people are family now. Like, they watch every week. I don't know. It's wonderful. I've met so many amazing people through Sip and Shop.
That is wonderful and hilarious. And if you have not spent a Thursday night with Julie, you're missing out, because you get your daddy to sing and you sing. Your husband gets in and on it.
Ain't none of it professional, but listen, this is real deal, baby. It is a real deal.
Okay. Before we get out of here, you had, when you came back from market, the first market, and you climbed up in the bed for the show. Tell us how you made this bed.
Okay, so I was at market. So we went to market the first week of February, and I kept thinking, y'all, I've been in market. We gotta have pillow talk. I gotta tell these people about what's been going on. So I decided to take 2 blow-up mattresses and bring up. The girls here never know what I'm doing. I show up on Thursdays and they're like, what in the dickens is she going to do? So I brought 2 air mattresses, blew those babies up. Now, honey, they were like bigger than a queen size in height. And I jumped up on those bad boys, but they kept saying, we got to tie those together. This could be a disaster. And I kept saying, disaster is calling me. I think it's hysterical. Now, I didn't want it to have a slow leak. If it was going to bust, I needed the thing to pop and kapooey. I needed it to be a great dramatic thing. But luckily it didn't pop, but that would have been funny. But then we took 2 air mattresses. We had pillow talk, and it was so good. We sold, bedtime stuff that night. We kind of went with the theme. But yeah, every week I try to do something original, something different, to catch different markets, because everybody's in a different market. But no matter what, it's a good feel time show, and it's really good.
Well, where can people find you?
You can find me in Hendersonville, Tennessee, at 201 North Anderson Lane, Suite 200. Look for the black and white curtains. But also you can find us online. Initial this, and that's the logo you'll look for on Instagram or Facebook. And every Thursday night at 7:00, join us for Sip and Shop. But let me tell you, honey, if you can't make it at 7, you can rerun that bad boy. You can catch me on Sunday morning at 5 a.m., whatever works for your schedule. But we're always online. The shows are saved, and you can catch us at whatever time works for your schedule.
See, I love it. I love it. And it's become my comforting best friend. And, I feel like, and we have known each other for a long time. It's so funny. But it's so crazy, because I didn't identify you, the Sip and Shop character, with the person that I met in Beersheba Springs with Carthage United Methodist Church on the ladies retreat. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh my gosh, I know this person.
I was very tame at the women's retreat.
I'm telling you, you way different. I
sat in the back. I don't sit in the back often, but I chose to sit in the back of the women's retreat. I was on bended knee.
Oh, I just adore you. Well, Julie, thank you for your time today.
Devin, thank you for reaching out to me. It means so much to me and my business and the staff here. We really appreciate it.
We are supporting the businesses in Middle Tennessee.
Thank you. I love you, girl.
Love you too, baby. I'm telling you, this is a day just for me. It's also a big day for Main Street Media. Guess what? We just launched a brand new paper that encompasses all of the communities around Middle Tennessee. It's called Main Street Nashville. MainStreetNash.com. Check it out today because we are literally wanting to tell the stories of Middle Tennessee. And it's a very, very cool. It's a digital only. Absolutely love it. I promise you. I want you to go and check it out. MainStreetNash.com. See what you think. Let me know. Give me a comment here if you like it. Well, speaking of comments, I got my girl from Edwards Feed. Jeniffer Apala joins us live right now from one of my favorite places on the planet, Edwards Feeds in Lebanon, Tennessee. How are you?
Good morning. I'm okay. How about you?
I'm fantastic. I learned something now. Speaking of internet sensations, you and Delane have become from whether you're delivering something. I mean, if you go to birthingbarn.org or follow the Birthing Barn on YouTube, Edwards Feed always has a show, but you're teaching agriculture to the masses.
Yeah. It's crazy how many people don't know different things about agriculture or that chickens even lay an egg. But me and Delane have a lot of fun. And the item of the week was one of my friend's ideas. I went to her house and she was complaining about something. And I said, well, why don't you just try some coop clean? And she goes, well, what is that? And where do I get it? And I was like, well, we have it at the feed store. And she goes, you need to do an item of the week, Jennifer. And so that's how it all started.
I don't have a picture of Coop Clean, but that's the one item that I wanted. Whenever I saw this live, I'm going, wait a minute, I forgot to put the picture of that. Tell people what Coop Clean is, because there are a lot of people who've gotten into backyard chickens now. Yeah. And they have no clue as to what.
Yes, exactly. So
what's that smell?
Clean, it's a straw product. It actually has hay in it. It's a hay straw product with a all natural deodorizer in it called PDZ. And a lot of people with horses are familiar with PDZ because they put it in their stalls. But if you don't have chickens when it's wet outside, you have no idea on how stinky chickens are. But with all the hobby farms and everybody that has picked up chickens, Coop Clean is a very good item to have. It's good for the nesting boxes until they'll lay on the bottom of the chicken houses. So yeah, it's a good product. You can use it for other things too.
I didn't realize about the PDZ. I used to have a very strong smelling Arabian horse that I used to put that in his stall, because when he would go to the bathroom in there, it's like, woo, what is that? You know, but that stuff, man, I didn't know that was what it was. Now you told me about something very, very cool. Now for people who they don't like all the chemicals for their animals, tell us about this one.
So Animed makes a product. It's called Wilhite. There's nothing in it chemical wise. It's a yeast product that has garlic and diatomaceous earth in it. And what happens is they ingest it, and then during the summer months, they sweat out that garlic, and it helps keep the pest away, all natural. Just like when we eat garlic, you know, we can excrete that smell. It's the same principle. It's just in a larger quantity to take care of the weight of a horse. But you can feed it to your, I don't know about dogs and cats, but it can be fed to any livestock.
Well, with yeast and with diatomaceous earth, you know, I mean, we can even eat that. So, I mean, I would think that'd probably be okay. I know that sometimes with garlic and brewer's yeast, you have to watch a little bit with creating anemia. So don't overfeed. If you want to try it with your animals, make sure your dogs and cats, make sure you check it out with your vet first.
Right. Oh, Simplify. We like this product.
Buddy can use. Ooh, this is a good product.
Yeah. So last year we have a mineral that is made for us, the Edwards Breeder mineral, which you feed cattle. And Tim and I learned about the active ingredients in the Simplify last year because it not only kills just your ordinary flies, it gets your house flies and 3 other types of flies, the big flies and then the small flies. Whereas most other products just get your bigger horn flies. And so we did some research on the active ingredient in this Simplify product. And now we put that active ingredient in our mineral that is made for us, especially from ADM. And it doesn't actually kill the flies, it kills the larvae of the flies. So you need to make sure to start feeding it now so it's in the piles of manure. So when the flies start hatching out, the larvae will eat that and it will kill them and not the flies. A lot of people get frustrated because they think it'll just kill the flies, but it's kind of a process. And the other bad thing is that if your neighbor's not doing it, it doesn't work as effectively. So,
Yeah,
but it is
yeah.
a really good product.
Fabulous stuff. I always tell everybody that if you find a good product, tell your neighbor about it too. If it's something that'll help, because your neighbor doesn't want flies either. I guarantee you. And if you, just because you know about product, don't assume that everybody else does. That's like, we are blessed in Wilson County to have you. I've sent so many people to your direction, and I know they come in. Do you have any of Tim's senior feed for horses? Because that's what I call it.
Hey, we figure it out. My favorite is when they come in and they're like, hey, can I have some of that feed in the blue and white bag? And I'm like, all our feed comes in a blue and white bag. Do you know what color the tag is? So, but we do have fun, and we all like being here, and we enjoy seeing all you guys and everybody that you send in.
One of the things that I encourage everybody to do is, if you have a question about agriculture, go to a place that has people on staff that actually do and work with the things that they're selling products for. If you have I'm telling you, if there's not a vet available, remember when COVID happened, and we have a wonderful vet that covers a lot of this Wilson County territory, and they had to close down for COVID. Well, and then one vet was on a vacation, took some time off, and then there was one vet that was, so they started calling you, Jennifer.
Oh,
you were out pulling goats.
Yeah, I had somebody call me on my way home from work and ask me if I could stop by and help with goats because I can't get a hold of the vet. And I ended up pulling a goat. But yeah, that's what we're here for. It's funny because somebody called the other day, and it wasn't even like an Edwards Feeds question, and they're like, can we talk to Tim? And Tim directed them. I don't know, it was about gravel or something. And he was like, yeah, just call back if you need anything. So
it's just crazy. Do the deep dive, go to Edwards Feed in Wilson County, because right there in Lebanon, they're right downtown. You don't expect a feed mill to be downtown, but all you do is drive toward Lebanon and you'll see the silos and everything, and it smells so good. That feed, oh.
Yes. I always like to leave a bag in my truck. It always smells good the next day.
Yes, I swear to you. It's like, I know if I put milk on this, it'd be like granola.
Probably. I'm sure somebody's tried it.
I bet. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jennifer. Take care.
You're welcome. Thank you, Devin. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye-bye. You can also find and follow birthingbarn.org, raising money for Agricultural Educational Center at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. It's a fabulous plan and a fabulous dream, and the world needs it. When they go on for the Birthing Barn, people all over the world pay attention. Well, we're going to stop by our friends at Monster Home Services. They are located in Joelton, Tennessee, and they are doing all sorts of things right now to help people with their insurance claims. When the ice about carport roofs and patio covers, they stepped in and they started helping people right away. Having an advocate to work with your insurance company is very important. Some people are going all out and go ahead and closing those patios and adding some privacy screen like they do, or something like this that offers just that indoor out room look. But take a look at the ceilings that they do with those beaded board ceilings. Isn't that beautiful? They are builders who do builders that even builders will call to do their work. Take a look at that with the lighting, and this product is incredible and very, very sturdy. You're not going to have this one collapsing. And if you have any problem, they've got a lifetime warranty on their products and their workmanship. If you would like to go to Monster Home Services, just go to 615-509-4375. They're just incredible. They're located in Joelton, Tennessee, but they do work all over Middle Tennessee. The last time I checked in, they also have these brand new walk-in tubs that are just fabulous. Well, speaking of home, we've got one of my friends that we're going to welcome, Chris Wilhite, Realtor, extraordinary Realtor that you are. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. It is so great to get to talk to you again. How have you been?
You know, I'm fabulous. I gotta tell on you because I don't know what happened, but this was. I used to answer 4 calls a day when I worked for Jerry House at WSIX. And I got to know Chris Wilhite as the youngin' that worked at Pass Pets over in the mall.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. And then we got involved. We talked about animal rescue, and I've just watched you grow up. And now you've got a family of your own. Tell me about your family.
Well, my beautiful wife and I have been married for almost 16 years now. So we have a blended family. She has 3 that are 25, 21, and 19. And then I have one that's 20. And then we have a 5-year-old together. So
my goodness.
That's for sure.
Oh my gosh. You've got a house full, but that's wonderful. Well, now
it really does.
You are you've started a kind of a new endeavor in your life. You're kind of a rookie real estate agent, and rookie I use as a term loosely, but I mean, who are you with?
Well, I work with Parks Realty. I use the home office of Brentwood, but of course we service pretty much all of Tennessee. In 2019, my father passed away, and my mother has had issues with her shoulders from workers' comp issues where she's had to have, so she's unable to work. Well, I was coming back from Indiana from my father's funeral, and I'm just trying to figure out, what I needed to do to help my mom, to be able to help my mom, because where I was, the company that I was with, there wasn't really going to be a whole lot of going up anymore, because I was already number 2 in the company at the time. So while I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about it, I'm praying about it, and then I get a phone call from a buddy of mine, and we get to talking, and he says, well, I do this podcast called Rookie Real Estate. He said, why don't you jump on there and listen to that, and then give me a call back after you had time to think about it. So I spent the next couple of weeks thinking about it and listening to the podcast, and I called him up, and I was like, I want to do this. I said, absolutely, I want to do this. It sounds fantastic. I said, but I want to wait until January of 2021 to start, because, even if things went great and I had, sold a home on day 1, it would be 30 to 45 days before I got paid. So my thoughts were get another job, get some money in the bank, and then start. And then COVID happened and got furloughed from the job that I was in. And so I was like, well, but maybe that's God telling me it's time to get started. So I launched on August 3rd, and it has been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I've had 10 transactions close. In perspective, most seasoned agents do average 3 to 5 in an entire year, and I'm 6 months in and 7 months in now, and I've already got 10 under my belt. So, it's truly been a blessing. That picture is great. That is my first client, Jacob. A funny story with that is a friend of mine called me and he said, "Hey, I've got a buddy that's looking for a place, and I told him you were the best." And this was at the end of June, and I'm like, "Man, I haven't even started yet. How am I the best?" but yeah, that's you know, a great start to my career. You know, to have a referral right off the bat.
Oh, I love it. First sale right there.
Mhm.
And I love the stories. And then you change the lives for people. You know, there's another sale. Here you got another family that you're helping people change their lives. Literally, because where you live can make or break you, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, if you're not happy when you're at home, then you know it's going to be hard to be happy anywhere else. So, you know, plus folks are, you know, growing. I mean, especially with Ricky here in this picture. You know, he was moving from out of state and came in, and he was like, "Man, I need some place that my children are going to be happy and they're going to be able to grow up and still have space." And so, you know, it's a wonderful feeling to know that you've helped somebody like Ricky out that was, you know, in need of something, and for him to be so happy at the end of it. You know, I mean, and that's what it is for me, is just, you know, I have this intrinsic feeling inside to want to help people, and you know, it's a wonderful job to have for that. Absolutely is.
You've always had that. As long as I have talked to you on the phone, and you've always had this, you were always calling me about a dog that needed a home.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone that needed help, involved in benefits and stuff, and say, "Can you talk about this?" Yes, we can talk about this. Just helping families right and left find their places. Chris Wilhite, one of the reasons that I wanted to have you on is it's so inspiring when someone doesn't take the pandemic or the sky is falling attitude, and they go, "Okay, maybe it's God telling me I need to do something else."
That's absolutely. And I'll tell you, one of the biggest questions I receive from other people in the industry is, you know, what are you doing differently? What are you doing that's allowing you this kind of success? And, you know, one of the things that I do, there's two books that I've read that I follow pretty, you know, to the T. 7 Levels of Communication and Ninja Selling, which both of them tell you that your morning should start the day before. You know, have your day completely planned out. And so I wake up same time every morning, and I do my blessings and my gratitudes, because starting your day with that completely changes the way that you feel and how the outcome of your day is going to, you know, come in your own mind. And so if I'm starting off telling the Lord how thankful I am for everything he's given me, then it just puts me in that right frame of mind to go through the rest of the day. And it's, you know, I highly recommend both of those books I mean, not only if you're going into real estate or in real estate, but 7 Levels of Communication just gives you such a wonderful way to live your life and to start your life, regardless of the business or your personal life. It's just, I highly recommend it.
Truth. Well, I love when people give good books that help, and that it can be just life-changing. You have a good book, and mark it up. Use those highlighters.
Absolutely.
Right? Take notes and put a new plan into action. You know, we can talk about it all day long, but you know, you put it into action, and you are doing such great things. How can people find you, Chris?
Well, my phone number, of course, is the easiest way to get a hold of me. It's 615-720-2021, and I answer it all. You know, I go to bed at 9:31 and I get back up at 4:45. So as long as you don't call in that little time window, I'll answer the phone. I promise.
Okay. Say that number one more time.
615-720-2021.
Oh, 720-2021. See, you got a good, man, I tell you what, that's a good number.
Talking since 1994. My goodness.
Well, it's awesome. If I plan to never move again, but if ever I do,
I'm your man. Absolutely.
I'm calling you. Appreciate you so much, Chris. You have a beautiful, blessed day. Okay.
Thank you,
Take
Kevin.
care.
So good to talk to you.
Likewise. Bye, Chris. Well, we're about to have some music up in this house because I met somebody on this wonderful app called Clubhouse one night, and he is rocking. He's got a brand new single called Empty, and we got that ready to play. But before that, we're going to check in with some of the people who are watching. Let's see. We go, oh, someone checked in on our Main Street Today page. Love Julie Gammon Wyatt and her let's see. Edward's feed is the best. And Dalton King, Chris Wilhite, biggest fan here. See, thank you, Dalton. Thank you guys for checking in with us today. Now we're going to hop on over because Mr. Kyle Elliott joins us. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Devin. How are you?
Listen to that voice. You talk pretty.
Well, I've been told that for years, and that's one of the reasons why I was on radio for a little while as well. So we're part of the same coin here.
Well, we met on this crazy app called Clubhouse, and I just love it because I meet music people and I hang out in the motivational speaker room. Now, what are some of the things that encourage you day to day to keep on with the music thing? Because it can be very discouraging at times because so many people are doing it.
Oh, absolutely. It's an uphill battle every single day. But the people that listen and the people that show that they're, that they enjoy what they're hearing are really the ones that they give me that motivation. I mean, there have been numerous times in my career where I have thought about throwing in the towel and getting a 9-to-5 so I can make sure that my bills are paid. But at the end of the day, I know that I wouldn't be happy. So the people that support me and are backing me every single day, listening to my music and whether it's commenting or sharing or whatever the case may be, whenever they do that, it means that it's more to them than just a song that they hear. It's something that they can actually connect to, and that deeper connection really makes me want to work even harder.
Well, we've got the new single ready to play. Tell me a little bit about Empty.
Well, Empty is a part of a project that I've been working on since 2019. I was in search of a producer, which here in Middle Tennessee, there are literally thousands of them. I collected about 200 names and narrowed it down to just one. And I found the perfect guy who was ready to go. His name's Colt Caparoon. He's based up in Pleasant View. But we worked together and we have these 6 songs that I had. And I said, I want to put these all on a project. And he gave me the idea of, instead of releasing it all at once, which was going to be very expensive, he said, why don't we release it one at a time and kind of encourage people to listen to the next part of the story. And so I've released 3 songs up until this point, and Empty is just a continuation. It's really a sad story at this point. We're kind of at the lowest, or at what I like to call the climax of the stories, because Empty describes the empty bottle that someone has endured in a relationship, whether that's romantic or family related. People find comfort a lot of times in alcohol, which is a horrible thing because alcohol is such a depressant. I'm pretty sure that many people have been there, or at least have started down that road, and I hope that they've been able to overcome that. But it's such a relatable topic that I think people can just kind of grab onto it and understand where it comes from. But it's a story about, feeling emotionally empty as well, not just drinking the bottle until that it's empty, but feeling emotionally empty as well. But I can say the rest of the project as it's released is going to get a little bit more happy as we go on. But this is just such an emotional raw song. And I think people have been able to relate to it in some way, shape, or form.
We're going to let people relate right now. This is the brand new single. Wait a minute. That's not the one. I got the picture instead of the video. Oh, dadgummit.
Well, Devin, I could play it for you if I needed to.
See, can you do that for me? Because I hit it and I go, wait a minute. The other one didn't load for me. So
I tuned up my guitar just in case you were going to ask me to play for you. So now it's still, I just woke up a few hours ago, but I think we can make it work.
Okay.
All right. This is my new single, Empty. I'm gonna drink till the bottle's empty, or I get over you. 'Cause right now I'm just too sober to handle the truth. So I order me another round, lift it up and shoot it down. Every drop of that heartbreak killer, wishing you would come back around, but I stay drunk. So Jim runs out of bourbon, and Jack stops making whiskey, till Callie runs out of the sweet red wine that was keeping me a little tipsy. 'Cause it ain't gonna hit me that you really left me, no, until the bottle's empty. Until the bottle's empty. But I'm searching for answers at the bottom of my glass. 'Cause every time I fill it up, I expect it to hurt a little less. But it don't, like pouring rain. Can't nothing kill the pain. Another night, another drink. Girl, it's all the same. I stay drunk. So Jim runs out of bourbon, and Jack stops making whiskey, till Callie runs out of the sweet red wine that was keeping me a little tipsy. 'Cause it ain't gonna hit me that you really left me, no. Whoa, it ain't gonna hit me that you really left me, till the bottle's empty. Till the bottle's empty. But I don't want to sober up, 'cause I can't face the truth. And the thought in my mind is that it's over for you too. So I stay drunk. So Jim runs out of bourbon, and Jack stops making whiskey, till Callie runs out of the sweet red wine that was keeping me a little tipsy. 'Cause it ain't gonna hit me that you really left me, no. Whoa, it ain't gonna hit me that you really left me, till the bottle's empty. Till the bottle's empty.
Good job.
Oh.
And that is fantastic. Well, now, where are you from?
I'm actually born and raised in Nashville, which is
The
crazy, I know.
unicorn.
Yes, a unicorn. Now, I was born in Nashville. My family moved out when I was a kid. We decided to move to Mount Juliet, which is my absolute hometown, which I was listening to you earlier about the birthing barn at the Wilson County Fair, which is, of course, my home. And I actually got to play at the Wilson County Fair 2 years ago, since it didn't happen this past year. And I've been going there since I was a kid. And that is just an awesome thing that there's like all these connections. And I love that.
Oh, I do too. Well, you have a beautiful. I'm going to do something I don't always do because you are so fabulous. Here's the deal that I want to show, that we got a Mount Juliet boy who can sing as well as his record. That doesn't happen all the time.
Well, I appreciate that. I can't take all the credit. I don't necessarily come from a industry background, but my mother is the music teacher at Mount Juliet High School. So I've been kind of brought up in the music world, especially the very educational side of things. I actually studied music for a while, so I don't have it all from just natural born talent. But I thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Well, I believe that even natural born talent really flourishes under a great teacher. And I hear too much natural talent in your speaking voice. That's just you. And I'm going to take the compliment. You're awesome.
Thank you.
How do people find your music?
Well, I'm on all of the social media platforms, of course, at the Kyle Elliott. And it's important to put that second T on Elliott. People tend to forget that. But you can find me on my website as well, which I think if I get out of the way here, you might be able to see it there in the background. Yep, there it is, www.thekyleelliott.com. You can find all of my music, videos, merchandise, everything there as well. And I'm also going back to playing shows now, which I know has been up in the air a little bit, but we're getting back on stage too. So I'd love to see some people out at some shows.
Fabulous. Well, thank you for your time today, and we're going to visit again, okay?
Sounds great, Devin. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. He is so good. And we're going to play because I want you to hear what he can do. But before we get out of here, a big thank you to my friend Harvey Durham. Harvey Durham has helped so many of my friends with their insurance. What you can do, he sells health insurance. He doesn't sell renter's insurance, doesn't sell car insurance or life insurance. He sells health insurance. He's the #1 agent in the country, sells in 40 states. So wherever you're listening, if you have a policy or you've been upset because your policy didn't cover what you thought it was going to cover, or maybe you're paying too much every month. Well, Harvey, if he can't save you money and give you a better policy, he won't sign you. That's just the way he does. He's not in it just for the money. He's in it to help people. That's why he gives every client his cell phone. Yeah. You don't call some big corporate office. He calls the corporate office for you, and he fights the battle for you. That's why going to harveydurham.com will change the way you do business. He does everything virtually. He can handle you. And if you have to talk to him at 5 o'clock in the morning, he can do it. And he will. Trust me. And I don't talk to people at 5 in the morning. harveydurham.com. You'll be glad you called him. Hey, you guys be safe and be kind. And remember that you are loved. We're going to close with Kyle Elliott. And we're going to have a replay of this because that's the kind of razor blades we are.
I'm gonna drink till the bottle's empty, or I get over you. 'Cause right now I'm just too sober to handle the truth. So I order me another round, lift it up and shoot it down. Every drop of that heartbreak killer, wishing you would come back around, but I stay drunk. Jim runs out of bourbon and Jack stops making whiskey, until Cali runs out of sweet red wine that was keeping me a little tipsy. 'Cause it ain't gonna hit me that you really left me, no, until the bottle's empty. Until the bottle's empty. For the answers at the bottom of my glass, and every time I fill it up, I expect it to hurt a little less. Nobody don't like pouring rain. Can't nothing kill the pain. Another night, another drink, but girl, it's all the same, and I'll stay drunk. So Jim runs out of bourbon and Jack stops making whiskey, until Cali runs out of the sweet red wine that was keeping me a little tipsy. 'Cause it ain't gonna hit me that you really left me, no. Whoa, it ain't gonna hit me that you really left me, until the bottle's empty. Until the bottle's empty. I can't face the truth, and the thought in my mind is that it's over for you too, so I stay